What's going on? This is Big G from G Ryders, and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out the 2017 BMW X3 all-wheel drive. BMW being the first German brand to venture into the luxury compact crossover in 2004 with the original E83 X3, everyone has this car to thank to have so many options in this ever so growing class. Now in 2017, this car is aging very well. I love that BMW makes a lot of small modifications on their cars over the years just to keep everything looking fresh. So if you're going to look at a comparable vehicle like the 2017 Audi Q5, which is in its last model year and the 18's already out, it seems really old compared to the new one, and I just don't think that this BMW X3 feels as old as it really is. 2017 is the last year of the F25 BMW X3, but I still think it's worth taking a look at if you're looking for a car in this car class. The model I have here is 2017 BMW X3 xDrive 28i. So this X3 has the 2.0 turbocharged inline 4-cylinder with 240 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs a little over 4,000 pounds. Due to the 8-speed ZF transmission, this car gets a respectable 21 in the city and 28 out on the highway. Because this BMW is a mid-range SUV, it starts at a mid-range $42,000 for the xDrive 28i. And it comes with, the basics, but not a whole lot of equipment on this one. The one I have here today has a few options on it. This car is equipped with the premium package, which adds an extra $2,000 to the price. And honestly, I think you shouldn't buy this car without the premium package. This car comes with just a basic lumbar support, satellite Sirius radio, comfort access, and a panoramic sunroof. This one also has heated front seats and the Apple CarPlay with the navigation. And all of this will cost you just under $47,000, but since this is the last year for this body style, I'm sure you can get a way better deal than that. Alright, let's take a look at the inside of this BMW and see what $47,000 gets you. Alright, let's take a look at the inside. So since this car has the premium package, it does have the comfort access system. So to lock it, you see the notches here on the door handle. Hit those to lock it. Wait a few seconds, grab the door handle, and locks the car up. Alright, welcome to the interior of the 2017 BMW X3. The interior of the BMW X3 is pretty decent. Like, a lot of soft touch points on here. Dash is really soft all over the place. The center console is really soft. The steering wheel has a nice feel to it. Some nice stitching on the inside here. Everything just feels, this car just feels kind of expensive. There's not too many hard, ugly plastics in this car. I mean, there's a small amount, but there's not really a lot at all. Like, it's hard, you have to really find them, you have to look for them. Like, this is probably the cheapest feeling thing inside the car is this part right here. And that's a part that you're not even going to touch or really look at or really mess with at all. You're not even going to think about that. So, over here, everything's laid out well. You got your power lift gate release over here. You got your mirror adjustment. You got your power folding mirrors. Everything's laid out pretty nicely. The instrument cluster here in the BMW is really clear. It's really clear and easy to read. So, you have your analog tach right here, analog speedometer and tach right there. You got your fuel and you got your oil temperature. So when you turn it on, it shows you kind of basic information. Like you got, this car has a service doing 700 miles. Shows you your fuel economy, your miles, the time, and everything else laid out really well. So this 2017, this has the updated iDrive system. So basically what they incorporated, they added some better graphics, kind of the new look. Got your sport display. But the big news in this vehicle is they added Apple CarPlay. And Apple CarPlay works through Bluetooth on this one, unlike every other vehicle that works through USB. And it works really well. It's still not touchscreen or anything like that, but you use a little iDrive controller to flip through everything. It's really nice. It works really well, and BMW did a good job. If you take your iDrive controller and move it over there, you can change your split screen. So you could do position, you could do your onboard info, so basically your fuel economy, your distance to empty. You can have your trip computer up there. You can look at the xDrive. So what position your wheels are at, what position the car is at. So this is really useful, I guess, for off-roading, which, I mean, no one in the BMW does much off-roading, but it's cool. It's nice to know that you have it there. You have your position, and then you have your media radio, so it gives you the song and title of the song that you're listening to, and the album art, which is really nice. So right down here is the climate control area. This is pretty simple, pretty straightforward BMW. You have your power, you have your heated seats and all your controls there. You got your CD player there. You got your select and, you know, basics. Nothing too crazy going on there. What I really like about this car, what I kind of like about this interior is it's simple, plain old BMW. If you know about any type of BMWs, you'll know that this car is laid out just like any other BMW out there. So anybody who's owned a BMW, they'll get right in and they know how to work everything, and it's really simple. Few things I don't like on this vehicle. So right here, right there, and right there, and in the back too, there's this like wood trim. I understand that this is a luxury car and a BMW and all that stuff, but I really don't like this wood. I know it's optional, you can get anything else in here, but I don't think this wood should be standard, or this whatever this is. I think they should integrate this piano black a little bit more everywhere in the car. So I think this should be piano black, this should be piano black, and this should be piano black, and I think it will bring this interior around much better. But the materials in this car are pretty decent. Like these, so for instance, these seats aren't even real leather. This is the BMW leatherette, kind of, which comes in kind of the base model BMW products, and it feels really nice. The seats are decently comfortable, but I still prefer the sports seats and the BMW sports seats that you can get in here. I still prefer the BMW sports seats that you can get, but these base model seats are not bad at all. Overall, this interior is laid out really well. It's classic BMW. It's not aging too bad either, just because they decided to add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and update the graphics on the iDrive system. And I just feel like even though this car is still in this last model year, it's still fairly modern compared to the other compact crossovers in its class. But I am excited to see what they do next with this interior, because this being the old car's interior is still laid out really well, and I bet the new one is going to be out of this world. Alright, let's hop in the back seat here. Alright, here in the back seat of the X3, it is really spacious back here. So I have the seat up just a little bit, but this is kind of more of where I sit. And you know what, like, I could have the seat back a little bit more, and I can't kind of sit behind myself. You know, I'm a big guy. I mean, anybody who's watched my channel know that I am over 6 feet tall and over 300 pounds, and I fit back here quite nicely. I like the addition of the panoramic sunroof here in the back. It just makes this cabin feel nice, open, and airy, and I like that they do that in all BMW SUVs nowadays. Like, I could have a little bit more knee room. I like that that my feet go underneath the seats here in the back seats, and the seats don't need to recline because they're already kind of in a great position here. But back here in the back seats, the same quality and comfort as the front seats do. You got yourself a little light right there. Check that out. But it's definitely BMW quality back here. All right, let's take a look at the cargo compartment here. So, cargo compartment back here, the BMW is pretty decently sized. You can stack bags up, you can stack some big luggage in here, and you'll fit plenty of stuff back here. Has a nice cargo cover. You can cover your stuff up. You can't see anything what's going on here. But it's A nice size back here. This whole entire BMW is really nice. All right. Overall, so far, just the interior and the exterior, the BMW is a pretty just like average car. Like the interior is really nice. It has a nice seating position. It has plenty of space, and I feel like this vehicle will work with anyone's lifestyle. All right, let's take it out, see how it drives. All right, let's first bring up sport mode with the sport displays. Do a quick little pull here. How does a BMW X3 drive? Well, the BMW X3 drives really, really, really nice. Like, that's one of my biggest surprises about driving this car. I thought, you know, most SUVs this size are kind of boring, no fun to drive. And this BMW kind of it has dual personality, honestly, because when you're just cruising around town, it's quiet, it's pretty decently fuel efficient. It's quiet, decently fuel efficient, easy to drive, and it's just, you know, a great all-around SUV. But the second you put your foot down, pop it into sport mode, get the sport displays up, and go into manual shifter mode, it just rips through gears. Look at that. Like this car probably has one of the fastest shifting transmissions I've driven in a vehicle in a while. This car has a dual clutch fast shifting, but doesn't have the lag sitting in traffic as a dual clutch does. So going around the corners in this thing, drop it down a few gears. There's a decent amount of body roll, but it's nothing crazy. Decent amount of body roll in this vehicle, but nothing crazy at all. The steering is pretty electric. It's decently responsive, but it doesn't have a whole lot of feel to it, even in sport mode. But what do you expect? This is a luxury SUV, and this car's main purpose is not to be sporty. I know it's a BMW. I mean, the platform itself handles really nice, but the steering is just really easy and compliant, but not very responsive, which is, you know, okay with me, and it's okay with most people buying a car in this car in this category, unless you're buying something like a Jaguar F-Pace or something like a Porsche Macan, where you kind of want it to handle sporty. Like I said, it's not bad, but I mean, there is definitely room for improvement. The driving position in this car is absolutely perfect. So out the sides of the windows, you have nice visibility. You have nice visibility of the road. You sit up a little bit higher than you would in anything else, and the gauges are very clear in front of you. The infotainment system is very clear right here, and you don't have to search around too much for anything. The one thing I would like to see, which I say about all vehicles, I would like to see a climate control function in iDrive, because like these buttons are kind of cumbersome to mess with. Turning everything up and down, or turning it off, or looking for the temperature, you have to really look for it. I mean, like when you go down here to press something, you have to kind of, especially turning it off, you have to turn it all the way down and press that. There's no just straight up off button, and I wish there was. But that's one of my only small gripes about this interior. This interior is really nice. It's classic BMW. Everything is laid out classic BMW in a classic BMW manner, and everything. I think it's a really nice, simple luxury SUV. I feel like anyone can get in this car and be able to figure everything out quite easily. So let's talk about the power of this BMW. This BMW has a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, with making 240 horsepower and 250 foot-pounds of torque. This engine is definitely adequate for this car. Like, this car weighs 4,000 pounds, and with the torque, it doesn't feel like it weighs 4,000 pounds. It feels like it's more the 3,500 range, and which is really nice. BMW did a great job with this engine, making it feel like it has more horsepower than it does. What I can say though, down low, when you're just in between 0 and 60, 70 miles an hour, it feels pretty quick. But once you get if you get anywhere above that or anything over that, you definitely feel the 240 horsepower. So overall, this BMW drives really nice. This BMW is kind of the best all-arounder luxury crossover that you can get out there, kind of even for the money. I mean, for under $50,000, you get lots of great equipment like comfort access and Apple CarPlay and the big panoramic sunroof you see up here, and heated seats and things like that. I mean, the issue is with a lot of these luxury companies that they nickel and dime you, and BMW is the worst for it. But I love that on this vehicle and other vehicles nowadays, they're starting to kind of give you more for your money. And this BMW X3 is definitely a lot for your money, just because of the excellent all-wheel drive system, the decent features, the decent power it's offering, the decent fuel economy, and just basic stuff like sound system. This standard BMW sound system is pretty decent. It has a nice bass, it's really clear. This is probably one of the best basic sound systems I've heard. This is even better than some premium sound systems I've heard. And and like I said, this is the basic sound system. So if you're looking for a comfortable, decently efficient, decently quick, semi-fun to drive, but great handling, great to drive luxury SUV, definitely look at the F25 BMW X3. No matter what year, I mean, the F25 ran from 2010 to 2017 and 2018 would be the new one, would be the G01. But definitely, I strongly recommend looking at this vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.